One, as we have already started solving C programming language questions, which builds the fundamentals and base for C programming language, here we are going to start with the Fibonacci series and its definition. It is a series of number where the current number is a sum of previous two terms. So let's start the coding part now with a comment, that is printing Fibonacci series up to n terms. We have Fibonacci series for a given range, but as of now we are going to calculate Fibonacci series up to n terms. So we'll start with the preprocessor directive, that is hash include stdio.h, and then we are going to enter into the code with the main function, that is the main part of the code from where the actual program starts. Now we are going to take a data type int for storing our values, that is first term t1 and second term t2, and we are going to take another variable, that is next term, to store the value of next term, and then I for iteration of the for loop, and next n for taking the input from the user up to how many Fibonacci series we need to calculate. Then we are going to give a prompt to the user. We are going to print a statement stating that enter the value of n. Then we are going to store that value in n. So that is completed. Now we are going to enter into the actual part of the program where the for loop and swapping are the main key logic. So we are going to write a for loop. So let me give a comment, that for loop and swapping. Then here let me start with the for loop. We have already declared int I. So now we are going to initialize the value 1 to variable I. So I is equal to 1, and we are going to run this I up to I less than or equal to n, and then we are going to iterate the value of I. We are going to enter into the for block. We are going to print the value of the next term here. So now we are going to enter into the swapping part, that is t1 is equal to t2, and then t2 is equal to next term, and now we are going to calculate next term is equal to t1 plus t2. So let me explain you briefly about. Actually what I'm doing is I'm assigning t2 to t1 and next term value to t2, which means I'm assigning n minus 1 value to n minus 2, and next term value I'm assigning it to n minus 1, so that by this we can calculate the Fibonacci series up to 5. So I forgot to initialize the values of t1 and t2, because we need to initialize the values of t1 and t2, that is t1 as 0 because it's the first term of Fibonacci series, and t2 is its value is 1, and then from there by adding these two numbers we are going to get n range of numbers. So next term I'm going to assign it with value 0. Int data type has garbage value, so instead of that I'm just assigning it with 0. So Let me enter return 0. Yes, now the code is perfect. Let me run the code. Yeah, it has given me the prompt that enter the value of n. So I'm going to enter 5, which means it is going to calculate the Fibonacci series up to 5th term. That is 0, 1, 1, 2, 3. So how we got this output? Based on our logic, that is next term is equal to t1 plus t2. Here 0 plus 1 is equal to 1. So we got next term as 1. Now we are going to shift it leftward. That is, now n minus 1 term will be 1 and n minus 2 term also will be 1. So by adding these two numbers, we are going to get the next term, that is 2. So, and again swapping the numbers, we got n minus 1 term as 2 and n minus 2 term as 1. So by adding these two numbers, we got the next term, that is 3. So in this way, we are going to calculate the Fibonacci series. Now let me explain you how the loop runs. Now we have given I is equal to 1 and we are going to run the loop up to I less than or n, which means I less than or equal to 5. And I plus plus, we are going to increment each time with plus 1, like I plus 1, which means 1 plus 1, then it is 2. Then we are going to increment another value, that 2 plus 1, that is 3. Then 3 plus 1, 4. 4 plus 1, 5. So up to 5 it is going to run, and then it is going to check the condition here. 1 plus 1, 2. It is less than or equal to 5. Yes, it is less than 5. 2 is less than 5, 3 is less than 5, 4 is less than 5. But 5 is equal to 5. So the loop runs for that time, but 6 is greater than 1. So the loop terminates. It is going to come out of the loop, and we have written 0 here. So by this our code gets completed, executed. So this is all about the Fibonacci series up to n terms. In this video, we have covered how to solve the Fibonacci series up to n terms by using for loop and also swapping. These are the two main logics that we have used to solve the Fibonacci series. Thank you.